right now. You're going to see that. We get the little got it button on there. We just want to make sure, Patrice, can we hear you real quick? Make sure you sound okay.
I can for a spot where I don't get dropped. There's somebody wandering around my house.
Okay. Well, you got a quorum, Paul. You're good to go.
Great. Thank you, Seth. As always, you really make a lot happen, and Scituate Community TV is a wonderful, wonderful resource. So I'll call the meeting to order.
Paul, we lost your phone there, Paul. Paul, you may need to keep your phone closer to you.
Okay, how's that?
It's excellent. It's excellent. They have to keep it right there.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So for purpose of the roll, I'm going to note I'm present. I see Patrice, Jennifer, Craig, and Kyle and Corey, and then welcome Ed Dixon as a member of the public. First item of business is the minutes of the March 24th meeting. I sent those out a while ago, and then again with the agenda package. Any comments? If not, a motion to approve would be in order.
So moved.
We'll move. We have a second.
Second.
Great. Thank you, Craig. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved. Any opposed? Approved. Next, the big highlight of the agenda is to hear from Kyle and Corey. We've and so much thanks to town staff, Jim Boudreau and Kyle and Corey and board members on finally moving the RFP process forward and working past MBTA being very, 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 very slow in responding. So I'm going to turn over to Kyle and Corey and for an update.
Corey, you want to lead the way kind of on what you've been up to? I got to be honest, Corey's really taken this RFP and just run with it and done a fantastic job.
Hey, Corey, could you take just a minute and give us a little bit of your background and how you came to your position at with the town?
Sure. Well, let's see. I've been in Virginia working as a coastal management specialist for the past 10 years, and I work for a regional planning district. And part of what we did was develop the first Virginia State Resilience Plan, and so anyways, sorry about that. We decided to move back to Massachusetts after being out of the state for 10 years, and ended up coming to the town of Scituate, and it's a lovely town, and it's a fantastic experience so far, the 7 months that I've been here. So one of the first things that I was tasked with was developing this RFP for the Scituate Harbor community building. And I did not have the benefit of being with you all throughout the process of, developing your vision and your design objectives. So I kind of pieced it all together from previous meeting minutes and notes and stuff like that. So after a few iterations, I think we finally got it pretty tight, and then we got the ball rolling really well. And then all of a sudden we had to pause because we didn't have the correct permission, I think, from MBTA to use the funding for repurposing. So but now we do. So we got it posted the other day, and it came out in the Central Register, Massachusetts State Central Register, on the 25th. So it is now live and we are expecting proposals from designers. There is a meeting, informational meeting for prospective bidders on June 1st. And that will be in person at the community building, right on site. And I expect that, I will certainly be there to answer questions, but I'm hoping that, at least Paul can join us to further answer any questions about what the design objectives might be and what the real vision that you all came up with really is. And I can be on hand to answer any, procurement type questions and things like that, but so
Corey,
yeah,
I do plan to attend that June 1st. So I'll
Great.
be there.
I think I'll have to contact the recreation department to get access into the building, I think.
So when do you think that will be?
That's June 1st.
June
Next
1st, okay, June.
Next Wednesday, or Wednesday, I think.
Yeah.
And then they have up until a couple weeks after that to submit questions and things like that. And then the deadline for submittals, I think it's towards the end of June. I wish I had it in front of me because I'd be able to, get all the dates correctly. But once we get submittals, we'll have to, form a selection committee. And I did come up with a bunch of criteria and things like that we can use to score submittals. So we'll need, a couple of folks, at least one representative from this committee on the scoring team.
Yeah, and Corey, so I've appointed Patrice and myself to do that. So if you
Great.
make sure we're in the loop on that.
Yep, absolutely. As soon as we get proposals in, I don't know if we have any limitations on, like, if we have to wait until the deadline I don't think it's a closed bid type of procurement. So I think I legally can share them with you all.
Great.
But I'll have to check with Nancy Holt on that. But
Yeah, I suspect she won't. You'll want to keep those in-house because if you share with one of us, we could theoretically disclose it to one of the other bidders, and that would be. But I'd certainly defer to whatever instructions you get from the town.
Okay, so I'll just keep them closed, just internally until the deadline date, and then I will be able to share them. But I did send it out to a couple of firms that the town has done work with in the past. And hold on, I'm getting another phone call. There we go. So I did send it out to a couple of firms that the town has done work with in the past, but it's open and freely shareable to anyone. It should be appearing in the paper sometime this week too, or probably not by tomorrow, but it'll be in the Mariner. And yeah, feel free to send it around to any, design firms that you may have experience working with in the past.
Great. So Corey, for the informational meeting on Wednesday, certainly we'll get an indication of interest by how many firms are represented at that meeting, I would think.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully it's more than one.
Yeah.
But I anticipate, because somebody actually did stop by my office today, and left like a business card, and was interested in speaking to me about it, but, I wasn't in my office at the time, but, so it's out there, people are seeing it. You know, we should be hopefully getting some good response.
Great. Any other questions of Corey or Kyle?
Nope.
Corey, I just reached out to the rec director, and she said that for the building use, you have to go through the selectman's office to
Oh, okay.
to get
All
it.
right, I
So
can just go
just
down there.
save
They
you a
have
couple of steps.
They have
on
the
that.
keys.
I think so. I just asked if we could have the building for the pre-bid meeting on the 1st at 10, and she said yes if it's available, and that just reach out to the selectman's office
Okay,
on that.
I can do that.
Good work there, Jen. Any other questions? Any other updates, Kyle?
Oh, just, thank you for being patient as we move through the MBTA, situation. I'm glad that we were able to overcome that. And just once again, thank you, Corey. She's really grabbed the bull by the horns and ran with this thing. So it's been a pleasure to see. And I'm excited, now we get to move into the fun part of this process. So.
Right. Yeah, thank you, Corey and Kyle, and certainly the rest of the staff and the select board. This will be an important milestone, and I'm really excited, expecting great things, and again, hope we get a lot of interest and an opportunity that I certainly hope we do. So anything else on the RFP process? Okay, hearing none, we'll go to item 4, public outreach. So, at some point we'll go to town meeting to make a recommendation and seek approval of whatever our proposal is. Might include funding as well. And I know we've talked about this before, and we all share the priority we want to give to public outreach. We don't want people to be surprised by this proposal or what's going on, and we certainly we want to give them every opportunity with our website and the meetings on Scituate Community TV and all the other resources they have, but also to do proactive outreach. And I've talked to a couple of select board members, and they wholeheartedly support us to that and emphasizing public outreach. So I've just circulated, not for action, but just so we review and comment on an outreach kind of program, just a framework, and then the second document is just the start of really keeping a summary of all the highlights to date, where we were and where we are, and then where we're going. And so we want to note any outreach meetings we've had. For instance, we had a meeting with Ed Dixon and the athletic director from the high school, just to touch base and make sure we hear their interests and that those are reflected as best we can going forward. So keep that in mind. I know you're all reporting back to the town commissions that you represent, and we have an opportunity on every agenda for reports of any feedback you have. But again, one thing I think is important to kind of keep a log of this outreach, and so that we make sure it's kind of internal discipline, that we are listening to people and thinking about their comments and interests and trying to reflect those. And we'll target the local property owners and the Chamber of Commerce and Scituate and the harbor merchants and all over town, as well as the every department within the town, and Kyle and Corey will be leaning on you for help on that, just to, again, make sure we don't hear from fire or police that there's something we've overlooked or some factor we need to take into account. So that's the overview, and welcome any comments anyone has. Good. Okay, so we got a plan, and we'll be diligent about following it. Next, we're down to reports from commissioners. Let me start. We talk about this Pier 44 Park project on a regular basis at every Economic Development Commission meeting. There's very strong support from EDC, and again, I'll be briefing EDC as we get tentative plans and ask for comments and things. So any other reports from commissioners?
Nothing from rec. I mean, I bring it up at the meetings, just, kind of give them an update as to where we are, but I know that they'll be anxiously awaiting, I think, some of the proposals that come in so that they can take a look at those. And I was not at the last rec commission meeting, so I don't know if anything was brought up, but I can look through the minutes to see. I was out of town at my daughter's college graduation, so.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that's it for rec.
Great.
At the waterways,
Anyone else?
I brought up the just the status of where we're at with the proposals going, the request for proposals going out, and waterways looks forward to us reviewing what comes out.
Great.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same with the Scituate Harbor Cultural District. We are hoping to amplify public art in Scituate, and we actually identified a mural on Front Street, and everyone's anxious to see if we can incorporate public art, and we've talked about the possibility of that for the Pier 44 site.
I think that would be fantastic. I really, I'm sure we can make that happen, but that's super important. And by the way, just congratulations and thank you for your work on the video.
Thank you.
It's breathtaking. It's beautiful. Well done. I've forwarded
Thank
it.
you.
I've had friends visit Scituate over the years, and I've forwarded it to all of them so they can rekindle their memories and get back here.
It was fun. It was it's well, we all love it, right?
Yeah.
It was easy to do, but thank you.
Right. Okay, so those are commission reports. We're down to public comment. Public comment. Ed, you got anything?
Sorry, I was looking for my unmute button. No, I'm just I'm happy to be involved in this process and glad that we were able to express what the school and the sailing team were looking to do to help present ideas to the commission to see if there might be an opportunity for us to use what new facilities may be going in down there. So our input was, it appeared to be well received, and we appreciate it. I know I spoke to Scott after our last meeting, Scott Payne, the athletic director, and I know the administration is interested in remaining part of the process as well. I believe they're all fairly consumed with all the issues going on at the end of the school year right now and final sporting events and that sort of thing. But team had a good year this year. And as one of my roles as the head of Friends of Scituate High School Sailing has been to make sure the team is more well known throughout the community and the various organizations that are involved with the harbor. As we indicated in our last meeting, that's our field out there, and we've benefited from the cooperation of a lot of the other areas. Craig's been very helpful in the Waterways Commission and the Harbor Master and his input. So as you go forward in your process of developing this RFP, be very happy to help offer whatever input we can to move the development process along a little better. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Ed. Any other public comment? Okay, as far as our next meeting, as you know, I think definitely our preference has been, let's have a meeting when we need to have a meeting and not have meetings when we don't need to have a meeting, because all of you are really busy. So I think we'll see how the RFP process goes, and if when we have some information there, we'll definitely have a meeting, and that'll be a pretty exciting meeting, I think. Anything else for the good of the cause before we adjourn? Great. Under the protocols of the town, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, I'll declare the motion adjourned at 7:23. The meeting adjourned. Hey, thank you all. Appreciate it. And
Thanks.
Thank
a lot
you.
of exciting days ahead of us. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Have a great
Bye.
night, guys.